a demon perchance?
Yes.
I knew it.
There's a Lord Vader verification.
I don't know who that is. I know like three people. I know
None.
Doggy and then Soink, and that's it.
But what about Joey Popoff
You have a point there. You have a point there.
and Strick?
And Trick, yes, and yeah, and a Sleep
Yeah.
Slope.
You know who Thunder is? Do you know who Thunder is?
No, I do not.
What?
I do not know who Thunder is.
Okay.
Geometry Dash gameplay.
He's like top 5 on the stat sphere. He's verifying Heliopolis.
Oh, that level. That's like impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, it got nerfed. It used to be harder than Eternus. And Thunder still somehow got 60 on it when it's not 60, 60 to 100 when it was harder than Eternus.
Well, then it's not harder for Turtles, isn't it?
No, it took him 100,000 attempts.
Oh, okay, that makes that makes more sense. Still though, I think
Yeah.
of like Zoink.
Oh, but it got nerfed. It got nerfed.
Yeah, of course. Fucking, I think of like Zoink got on
It's
the
still, like,
Turnus.
top
He could do
550
it in
LOL.
like maybe 10,000 attempts. Like I don't know, maybe 12,000. I don't know.
Oh yeah, W Popoff beat Buff's Tidal Wave.
Yeah, I saw that. That was actually impressive what he did.
Yeah.
I'm playing Acheron. Low rapid. Okay, guys, here we're doing Acheron. Stream 32 of Acheron. Of Acheron, yes. Because I've been playing Acheron for 32 streams. Is buff tidal wave? I don't know. Is 3 slaughterhouses harder than 1 tidal wave? You tell me, rapid.
I don't know. Hi.
Hold on, can I
Hi.
be heard?
Rapid. Alright, think with me for a second. The top 1 level, the hardest level right now that's been beaten, buffed. You tell me, man. Do you think it's harder than 3 slaughterhouses? Like a trillion
Yeah.
frame perfects in a row. What could they possibly update? Ah, my head hurts. But slaughterhouse, like, you beat it once and then it's like easiest thing ever, I think. You beat it with your eyes closed. It's like a million things open, but I can't. Yes, we're beating the icon. Fucking let me see my chat room. Bro. I'm gonna reset it because it's like always lagging. Please! My hair is so bad! Oh, I don't care. Oh my god, let me see my chat.
I'll have to leave for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Bro, come the fuck on, dude. What is going on? Not good enough? You don't like the stream? No? Do it for any other... No, it's perfectly fine with any other video. Okay, that's cool. That's actually cool. That's actually cool though. My head hurts.
Harder than 2 slaughterhouse in a row, probably. W Popoff said it was the hardest thing ever done in the game, so. And he's also done slaughterhouse 3 times in a row.
No, but did he do that? Did he do slaughterhouse 3 times in a row before tidal wave, or was it after?
No one knows when he did Buff Tidal Wave, but it was probably pretty recently considering he uploaded.
No,
stuff
just
to-
regular tidal wave.
Oh, what?
Just regular, no buff. I can't see my fucking chat. I don't know. No chat today. Someone comes in my rapid. I'm gonna need you to read the messages. Yes, sir. I'm gonna get a lot of people in my chats. Oh, my head hurts so bad. Not a good state to play Acheron. What the fuck? Wait. What? What? Yo. This is a joke, right? No way. Yo, Explorers is out. Fucking 30 seconds long.
I can't believe it. I can't believe
Yeah,
it.
fuck, I knew it. I got my cheats on. Because I was cheating earlier, because I love cheating all the time. I was doing, Silent Meltdown. I was botting that, so. My head hurts so bad. What is this? It's impossible. Yes, sir. I beat Explorers. Yes, sir. Peak. I want to play. Okay, everything too. What do you mean why? Rapid. Geometry Dash. Bro. Okay, if this is gonna be the commentary I get, I'm just gonna go watch a video or something so I can get like actual, so I can distract myself while playing the game, so I don't get nervous. What the fuck, dude? might as well just leave, dude. If I'm getting, that's what I'm getting. Watch a video again. It's like it was a good strategy. And no chat room apparently, because you debate me. Should I use my iPad? Like, I don't care. Penguin Zero. My goats. Oh, it's 40 seconds long.
Just turn yourself in. I'm not in a pranking mood this April Fool's. No horse hockey. I am using today for something serious. Making a polite request for all wanted criminals to go to the police station and turn yourself in. Pokemon Go to the station and let's put it into whatever you've done. If you're watching this footage and are not a wanted criminal, please feel free to share this video with a criminal you might know. Perhaps it'll help them experience a change of heart and they'll do the right thing and turn themselves in. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, now give me some watch time too.
Nobody hates gamers more than game publishers themselves. They just treat gamers like cows to be milked endlessly for every penny in their piggy bank through microtransactions and other shady business practices. They're like a Morton Joe, and they got the gamers strapped into those nipple-milking machines, extracting all the currency they can. But today I just learned the European Commission is trying to put the kibosh on these out-of-control microtransactions that are plaguing the industry, where they just treat the consumer's wallet like a communal glory hole for them to wiggle their wiener into it dance girthy microtransactions in the community's face. An admirable battle, but not one we haven't seen fought before, and it really always feels like nothing changes. I guess we'll see if there's any like
It's
big
0 up.
repercussions from this, but I want to go over all of it.
It's
here.
0
There's
up.
also
They're
a
gonna do
YouTuber
something.
named Nick who made a great video going over it, so I'd like to show you little clips of that too while talking about it. But in a nutshell, they did an investigation and they found there's a lot of really underhanded, dirty tactics used to try and obscure how much money you're actually spending in these games through like premium currencies, where you have these fucking lore bucks that don't sound like anything, and they have like a random amount. You have like 400, you know, so you have like 400 of those, and then that costs real world money, like $10. I just noticed I spit all over myself when I fucking spoke the ancient tongue there. I was trying to find like a goofy sounding word for a made up currency, but I just couldn't. So instead I hit like the fucking parcel tongue on it. Anyway though, I'm just gonna play you a quick clip from Necrit's video where he covers this. I highly recommend you check out his full coverage of it. I think he did an amazing job.
Simply said, the real reason why premium currencies exist is because people have an idea of how much things should cost in their own native currency. But if I see something available for Robux, I have no idea how much that is. So one purpose of the premium currencies is hiding real
Sound,
value.
okay. That's fucking fine. Anyway.
On top of this, when you buy the premium currencies, you either buy a small bundle that doesn't give you enough currency to buy something, which means you have to buy more, or the bundle gives you way too much. And now the next time you want to buy something, you already have some of the leftover currency, so now you only have to buy the smaller pack to get it, so you buy again.
That's the whole hustle and nefarious scheme behind premium currency in a nutshell. And in the European Commission's investigation, they were looking at something called Star Stable Online. No fucking clue what that is. I'm not exactly, you know, a big cosmic equestrian gamer, so maybe it just slipped under my radar. But they found it was particularly harmful to children. And that is the case with a lot of games, most games, where microtransactions are available. Like in Roblox, for example, you have something for X amount of Robux. What the fuck does that actually translate to in real dollars? It's meant to be confusing, especially for a kid. So you see, like on the Roblox stock exchange, or whatever they call it, I still can't believe they have basically a stock market in the kids game, but you have like a Rolex in there, right? And you're some juice box drinking little dweeb that really wants to be flexing that rollie in Roblox. Well, you're gonna need to convert some real hard-earned cash from your parents for it, for the Robux that you need to buy it in game. So, you see the Robux there, you then have to translate it to real dollars, and it's meant to just obscure the actual cost of that item to hide the value of it, as Necrit stated.
The only reason premium currencies exist is because they make more money. There is literally no other use for them. You could argue that premium currencies work for brand building. I mean, look at the famous V-Bucks or Prime.
Bro, my finger slipped off the thing.
Riot points. So there could be an argument made there. However, that would only be true if the companies also didn't pull off their shenanigans with the bundles.
If you ask me, I think it is a desperate, sad, Hail Mary argument to make. And I don't know why you'd be so desperate to lick the asshole of these companies that don't even view you as a human being. You're just like this little money goblin to them that they can't wait to fucking slaughter for a couple of fucking doubloons to fall on the ground from you. There's no good argument for premium currencies as like a good thing to the consumer. And over the years, we've seen a lot talking about how bad this is and action needs to be taken, but it never really amounts to a whole lot of change in the industry. After the investigation, they concluded that things need to be a little more tightened up here because kids shouldn't be getting exploited in these games by these companies that are
That's
just
the
looking to
loudest
try
thing
and make a ton
ever.
of
I
money
think
off
weird.
of them by confusing them with these premium currencies and shit. So they came up with some guidelines that should be followed. However, they're not law, so it's not like EA, like the executives, the top upper echelon brass of EA is going to be, you know, seeing the inside of a Supermax cell because of their microtransactions in their games. It's not like illegal, but the guidelines that they've come up with, if they're not followed, it opens the companies up to being sued, and they will now have the European Commission muscle behind them where they can point to it and say, look, they exploited the children in this game through not following these guidelines that were laid out by the European Commission, and that just gives them a lot of oomph in the lawsuit, is kind of my understanding of it right now. It helped strengthen their case.
For the most part, it is focusing on the advertising to children in video games, because throughout gaming history, there have been many cases of children bankrupting their parents in video games. However, overall, everything is also aimed at protecting adults. It's more along the lines of showing that if you don't buy a boost or something, something really bad will happen to a character. Maybe they will leave, or they will get hurt, or something like that. Yep, there are games who actually urge children to buy something quickly to help with the characters.
While all of it is focused on the monetization models that are targeting children, which of course is a horrible thing, and something that's been talked about for a long time, what they are doing here also applies to protecting adults as well. So with the advertising thing that he's talking about here, it's trying to eliminate some of the most egregious, most foul examples, like the one he gives here. I'd never even heard of that. I didn't know there were any games out there that were like almost like threatening you in game to make a purchase.
That's so sketchy.
You know, a beloved in-game character. If you don't want this guy to get executed by the cartel, you're gonna need to buy some of our star points ASAP, Junior.
I fucking knew he
Get
was
your
gonna say
pops
that.
on. Or like almost like threatening you in-game to make a purchase, like, you know, a beloved in-game character. If you don't want this guy to get executed by the cartel, you're gonna need to buy some of our star points ASAP, Junior. Get your pops on the horn, because you only got 30 minutes. He's gonna be gone forever. He's gonna shed the mortal coil. Like, actually scaring kids into making purchases in these games. Oh, you don't want your character to come down with cholera, do you? Well, the cholera outbreak in T-minus 10 minutes unless you buy this cholera cure, which only costs $2 on our store for this flash sale.
Next, the games are not allowed to bait people with limited time purchases. Now, as far as I know, this is not talking about something like limited skins that are up during an event or something like that. Those should be fine. This is more focusing on those flash sales that happen in some games. But then it mentions that there shouldn't be purchases hidden behind small purchases. I'm not exactly sure what kind of a game would do something like that, a star stable online. And lastly, it also mentions that if an influencer is talking about a video game, they should also mention the monetization. To be fair, this should have been a thing from the very beginning.
All pretty understandable, all pretty reasonable, I would say. And then here's just like the actual key principles with a bullet point list of them. Now again, these are guidelines, they're not
Screw the
laws.
click button.
So if anyone is found to not be following these, they're not going to go to jail for it. But if a parent or someone is the victim of their kid being exploited by these games, and they are not following these guidelines, they can use this as a big piece of the case. This game was not following these guidelines that were laid out, thus it costs us a lot of money, and we feel as though we have been wronged by these predatory monetization schemes. And while all of this is talking about things that are aimed directly at children, it does extend to anyone. This applies to adults that play the games as well. So it is a good thing, but who's to say if it's actually going to happen?
Please come on. No, fire! Hey, that's not true.
State of microtransactions
That's just fake.
in gaming. Now there was more to it, however. There was another document that was going into virtual currencies directly and going over some things that will need to be changed. So a big one here that Necrit talks about as well is that the in-game purchasing through virtual currencies will need to have a real currency equivalent. So in that example right there, you can see it's 750 diamonds, but it equates to 5 euros. So that shows the actual real money value, not just the virtual currency made up value, which is definitely a step in the right direction so people can actually be knowledgeable on what that thing costs. Another big thing comes from Principle 2 about practices obscuring the cost of in-game digital content and services. So this is talking about like the multiple premium currencies that exist in games from time to time. In Necrit's video, he focuses on League of Legends and how Riot has multiple things like the Riot Points as well as the Ancient Sparks, stuff like that. So you'll buy like Ancient Sparks for Riot Points, that kind of thing. Well, in Principle 2, it's saying, cut that shit out. Yeah, take a fucking hike. Only have one virtual currency. You would roll them all up into one, and you would still need to present the actual real money equivalent when you're displaying the price on things. So I think that's definitely a good thing because there's a lot of games that use multiple currencies to confuse the player even further where like,
Bro.
exists for the gold currency, and meanwhile, I only have silver currency. So I'm going to need to spend my dollars for silver currency to convert it to gold currency so I can get that thing. It's just another whole layer. So they're saying that that is a bad practice that needs to be avoided.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think they're absolutely right. That shit super sucks. That blows ass through crazy strong. So another good step in the right direction. I,
Blows ass
however,
through his
would go
crazy
even
strong.
more scorched earth and just say no more virtual currencies in the first place. There is no good argument for the existence of premium currency in games in general. It is there for the sole purpose of being able to hose the consumer for more money by making it purposefully confusing the actual price that you are paying for the item you want, and also what you're even getting for your real money and throwing these margins on their.
Wait, hold on. I'm getting to it. I'm just warming up, man.
Like, yeah, I spent $10, now I have 600 emeralds. Well, what's the actual purchasing power of 600 emeralds? Maybe one item? Maybe 1.5 items? There is just no reason why you wouldn't just use money in these games, like Horse Armor did all the way back in the day. Where instead of, going on Roblox, for example, and you want to buy fucking fingerless gloves for 50 Robux, well, instead of buying it for 50 Robux, why couldn't you just buy it for $3?
I mean, man, I did.
To go into the Roblox exchange rate of taking,
I can't just fucking go straight into the hardest thing ever, bro. Like, Zoink warms up with the daily levels. Like, come on, give me a break, bro. Give me a fucking break. Bro. Wearing figures gloves for 50 Robux. They're just really cool, man. Come on. Come on, look at the fucking figures gloves, man. They're just really, really cool. Yes, go, 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 go. Fuck. And it's like $500. True. Conversion rate in Robux. Robux are now worth more than dollars. So I left the VC because like you guys were providing nothing. Literally nothing. I was just like,
for example, and you want to buy fucking fingerless gloves for 50 Robux. Well, instead of buying for 50 Robux, why couldn't you just buy it for $3? Instead of needing to go into the Roblox exchange rate of taking, maybe they don't do 50 Robux batches. Maybe you can only get it in 75, so now you're paying more to get that batch of Robux. Like, maybe that's the lowest they offer. So you get this batch of Robux, and now you have...
gangster rap. Come the fuck on, bro. It's 7 megabytes. I see. Dude, the worst internet ever. Okay, now you're saying that. I don't believe it's good. Very cool. Wait. Wait. Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Wait, I think I know who made this. Yep. Well, not Boom. Never mind. I thought it was the person I made Astro with, and the other one. I want to see this. I was holding it. Oh, there's a J block. Where's there a J block there? Why is dude? This is actually so peak. it's so big. Hey, let me turn this shit up because I can't hear anything. Is that the loudest thing ever? Why am I down here? Can't even hear. Wait, no, I can't even hear anything. Dude, it's actually peak. Oh! I mean, it's pretty alright, right? I mean, it's pretty good. Like, I mean, it's pretty alright. Like, it's pretty cool. Shit, dude, I've been beating this. I'm liking that shit, dude. That's actually good. Time to play something like, just like not even that, not even close. Not even close. Like something that's like not even like this close. I mean, like this close. Like. It's like literally compared to what we just played, like it was the least cool thing ever. Like just the worst ever. Just the worst of the worst, like actually. Yeah, see that's a bug. That's bug number 1. 30 seconds in, that's 3 seconds in, that's already a bug. That's bad. This is horrible level. This is the worst level ever, bro. See, unbalanced, unsight readable, just like the worst thing you've ever seen. Like it's not good at all. Invisible coin. You jump up for 1 second, you die instantly. Like what the fuck is this? What the fuck am I looking at? What is this globe? what is this fucking block design? Like what the shit is? What the fuck is this? Alright, let's see here. Block design. Base block with glow. Now that's really inventive. Fucking. Who made this shit, bro? This shit's so nice. Like, actually, it's the worst thing ever. Like, I've seen thousands of GD levels, and this is like one of the worst, if not the worst. Like, I'm pretty sure. Right next to like, just like right above. Fucking fire in the hole! Fucking unsight readable. Easy demon fucking duel. In the middle of a 1-star, dude. That just speaks volumes on the fucking balancing with the fucking level. Sucks never getting regular sent by mod ever. At least it's not unbalanced and bad. Where the fuck is the silent meltdown? Oh! Stupid idiot, dude. Didn't save it. Not loud. Stupid idiot, dude. Didn't save it. That's pretty loud. I'll make that like this. Alright, I'm just gonna turn.
Extra Robux lying over after you make that fingerless glove purchase when you only cared about that, and now you have the leftover Robux, which is the whole point, because now you have this extra, and it's supposed to be there to kind of entice you, like, hey, you got this lying around, here's another item that you think is kind of cool. Well, if you made another purchase and converted some more money, you'd be able to afford it, and it wouldn't even cost as much as the actual sticker price, because you had this lying over. It's just one of those things it's only here, premium currency is only here, because it is effective at squeezing more money out of the consumer. It would be infinitely better for the consumer if it was just dollars. Like if it was just like actual currency that you could spend
Bro.
on these items, and it shows you what it is and what it costs for that.
I didn't mean it. It's actually good. It's actually, I love soul
It's a step
spaghetti.
in the right direction in combating these horrible practices for sure. I just would have went harder on it.
After which there is principle number 3, which might be the biggest one. This might actually change the pricing, because it mentions that games should avoid offering in-game virtual currencies only in bundles, mismatching the value of purchasable in-game digital content and services, and denying customers the possibility to choose a specific amount of in-game virtual currency to be purchased. In other words, you are not allowed to sell bundles that don't match the price of in-game items. Which means, you know how in League you go into the store and you have a look at those 30, 50 RP skins, so then you decide to buy some RP and you realize, oh no, 10 bucks don't give me enough and 20 bucks give me way too much. Ah, what a shame.
This one's pretty big because this is bread and butter shit for a lot of these monetization models where these bundles don't actually match on
Bro.
anything, which is why when I was mentioning the example of Roblox, I said maybe it doesn't come in batches of 50. Well, because oftentimes you won't find the exact price that you're looking for the in-game item. So he gives the example of League of Legends, and I think it's a great example. You know, you want this skin, so you want to just get the 1350. Well, they don't have that as an option. You either get not enough, or you get way too much. And the reason you get way too much is you're spending more for that skin, now you have the leftover, and that leftover is not going to be enough for anything. So you're just going to have to, like, buy again in order to get the next thing. So, like, the whole point is to keep you spending endlessly. Like, there's just no benefit to the consumer for premium currency in the first place. Now, in this here, what they're trying to solve is that you can't do that anymore, so now the bundles would have to match that. Which is, again, it's a step in the right direction, but all of this is not necessarily cracking down on anything, because all these companies can just not do it and probably be fine, unless, of course, one of them or a few of them start getting big lawsuits coming their way, or they get to the crosshairs. This is here as guidelines, as I mentioned multiple times, that should be followed, but they don't necessarily have to be followed until some kind of big court case comes from it, from, you know, a family that's been bankrupted because their kid had been preyed upon by these games and their monetization models. So, as of right now, I don't foresee any big changes coming. I like all of the proposed guidelines. I think they're all good steps. I don't think they're like an actual cure to how bad monetization has become, but I do like that it's working in a direction
Bro.
to improve it. That's a
Come the fuck on.
things to be celebrated. It's just, they don't have to do it. Like, there's no obligation for any of the developers to follow these guidelines at all. They could just straight up ignore it and keep doing what they're doing. But I wanted to cover this anyway because
Come the fuck on.
here's hoping at some point this trend will stop. Because right now, and I've said this many times, it feels like games are
I have my arm literally almost completely vertical.
Be utilized to take as much money from the buyer as possible. The actual focus isn't on making a good game. It's on making a game that's good enough that it keeps people playing and keeps them spending in their store. That is the only goal for a lot of games that come out these days. And it sucks. Like, it feels bad. So, yeah, just want to talk about this briefly. That's it. See ya.
Come on, dude. What am I doing? I'm like listen to some horror stories. Yes, sir. Chair. Give me a chair.
I had spent a few days in Austin visiting friends. I live in Louisiana, so it's sort of an all-day drive. On my last day in Austin, my old friend Tom commented on my Instagram story asking when I leave, and I said today. He told me he lived an hour outside of Austin, which was actually in the direction home for me. I hadn't seen Tom in years, and it would be nice to catch up. He said I should stop by, and I said sure, why not? I set my GPS for Tom's address, and it said about an hour and a half drive. Tom and I had been friends back in high school, but lost touch after graduation. We followed each other on social media, but hadn't really spoken in years. When I pulled up, I noticed his house was a little old-fashioned. It wasn't run down or anything, just aged. The wooden porch creaked under my steps, and when he opened the door, we caught the scent of old wood and something rustic, like an old cabin in the woods. Tom was, of course, very welcoming, giving me a big hug and pulling me inside. Some friendships stay just as pure no matter how much time passes. The inside of the house was just as old as the outside.
Bro, what am I doing?
Since the 70s, and every step I took on the hardwood floors let out a small creak. It felt kind of Texas, I guess. It was kind of charming in a way, like stepping back in time. We sat down in his living room, catching up on life, drinking whiskey. It was like 5 p.m. by this point. One drink turned into two into three, and before I knew it, I was pretty drunk. The warmth of the alcohol made the room feel smaller, cozier, but also heavier. Hours passed like minutes, honestly. We were having such a good time catching up that eventually he dropped the question I knew he'd ask. Hey man, you got a long drive back. Why don't you crash here for the night? He offered. I hesitated, but he was right. I wasn't in any shape to be on the road. I said yeah, good idea, and asked if I'd take the couch we were on. And then he said, nah, I got a spare room. It's nothing fancy, but it's better than the couch. That was good enough for me. We ate some Chinese food that we had delivered. After a while, he led me down a short hallway to the spare bedroom. I didn't pay much attention to the inside of the room because I was hammered. We both were. But I remember the air in the room was still, like the room hadn't been used in a long time. I barely had time to register my surroundings before I collapsed onto the bed, completely exhausted and drunk. Sometime in the middle of the night, I woke up. My mouth was dry, my head was spinning, and the room was dark, except for a little bit of moonlight sneaking in through the blinds. That's when I saw it. In the far corner of the room, on the closet door, there was something hanging. At first, it looked like a long black trench coat on a coat rack, but as my eyes adjusted, the shape of it felt wrong. It had a broad upper portion, almost like shoulders, and the way it hung made it look less like fabric, more like a silhouette. My heart pounded in my chest. I didn't remember seeing that when I stumbled into the bed, but I had been drunk. Maybe I just hadn't noticed. I rolled over, trying to ignore it. It was just a coat, nothing more, but I couldn't help myself. I peeked again. Still there. I squeezed my eyes shut, took a deep breath, and forced myself to sleep. I don't know how long I was out there before I woke up again. It wasn't just discomfort that pulled me from sleep. It was sound. A slow, soft creaking, like someone stepping carefully on an old the spare bedroom. I pointed to the exact spot. It was right there, I said. Tom scratched his head. He asked me if I was sure I wasn't just dreaming, but I said I know what I saw. I insisted, with my voice shaking slightly. I woke up and it was there. Then I woke up again and it was gone, I said. We stood in the room for a few moments, both of us feeling the same eerie silence pressing in on us. Tom finally exhaled and shook his head, agreeing we should check the house just in case. He searched every room, every closet, every corner. Nothing. No signs of forced entry, no weird coats hanging anywhere, nothing that could explain what I saw. Eventually, Tom tried to convince me that maybe I had been in some kind of half-dream state, seeing things that weren't there. I wanted to believe that, really. I didn't want to think about the alternative. As soon as the sun was fully up, I grabbed my stuff, said goodbye, and hit the road. I almost felt guilty leaving him alone after that. The whole drive back to Louisiana, my mind kept circling back to that moment, waking up to that coat-like figure staring at me from the corner, the way it was just gone in the morning. Maybe Tom played a cruel prank on me, but to this day he's never admitted to anything, so I doubt that. Or maybe, just maybe, there had been someone in that house watching me sleep. They decided to leave before the morning came.
That's really gross. That's really, really gross, man. Scared the shit out of me, stupid ass man.
This happened to me when I was 18 years old. I was on a trip with my parents and a friend of mine, whom we can call Anna. This story takes place in Sweden when we were on a road trip. My parents, Anna, and I were going on a domestic trip, and we had an 8-hour drive from home. The plan was to visit a theme park and stay at a campsite, but we hadn't booked one. The day came, and we arrived in the city where the theme park was located, but we planned to visit it the next day, so we needed a place to sleep. Since we had brought tents in our car, my dad searched online for a nearby campsite. He found one that seemed good and close by, so he called the campsite. Fortunately, that day coincided with a big soccer tournament, and the campsite was fully booked. Since we hadn't reserved a spot in advance, there was no space left for us. My dad called around, but we couldn't find any campsites that were reasonably priced and near the theme park. Our only option was to find a camping spot in nature. We set the GPS to the nearest parking area in a forest to avoid parking fines. Eventually, we found a spot in a nature reserve. When we arrived, there were some people around, so we asked if it was okay to set up our tents there and whether it was a good place to stay. A woman who was hiking told us it was a good place to sleep and that there were no parking attendants. Based on that, we decided to sleep in a small, lonely gravel parking lot. We were surrounded by forest, and a 10-minute walk away was a beach. At first, we considered setting up our tents on the beach, but something told me it would be better to camp in the parking lot. As we got out of the car to set up our shelter for the night, I noticed a lone car parked further away in the lot. It looked like it was in bad condition, and there was no one inside. I found it strange because it was already evening, so there were no more people at the beach or hiking in the woods. However, I didn't think too much about it at the time. I helped my parents set up our tents. They were sleeping in one tent, while Anna and I shared the other, with both tents placed close together. After struggling to build them, we finally finished. Anna and I made our tent cozy, watched YouTube, and ate snacks. By this time, it was around 11 p.m. We wanted to sleep at a decent hour so we wouldn't be too tired the next day. After a while, around midnight, we decided to sleep. At this point, my parents were already asleep in their tent. Anna and I were scrolling through TikTok, and we suddenly heard a metallic sound from the parking lot.
Ew,
It
ew.
sounded like a shovel being thrown onto the gravel. We both jumped in fear and asked each other what it could be. Too scared to peek out of the tent window, we chose to stay silent and listen. The sound had come from the same direction as the abandoned car. We then heard what I assumed was a shovel being thrown into the car's trunk, followed by the trunk slamming shut. We sat in silence, our hearts pounding. Then we heard the car speed off as if someone were trying to get away quickly. I texted a friend from a nearby city, telling him where we were staying. He replied, warning me that the beach nearby was known to be dangerous. scream. When she didn't respond, I called her phone to wake her up. She finally answered and said neither she nor my dad heard anything. She reassured me that it was probably nothing serious, but at that moment, I couldn't think of any normal reason for someone to scream like that. Anna and I crawled under the blankets, terrified, not knowing what was happening. Every minute felt like an hour. Even though it was midnight, we were too scared to sleep. Suddenly, everything became eerily silent. Then, my blood ran cold. I heard footsteps. Someone was walking around our tents, moving stealthily. Anna and I sat up, frozen in fear. I put my phone down so that its light wouldn't illuminate the tent. My heart was racing and I could hear my own pulse. There was no logical reason for anyone to be walking around our tents in the middle of the forest at this hour. The footsteps moved around our tent first, then toward my parents' tent, and then circled around our car, which was parked nearby. The person stopped and seemed to be looking at our tents. For a moment, there was complete silence. Then, I heard the same car from earlier returning. Its headlights lit up our tents, and Anna and I quickly lay down to avoid being seen. I gathered the courage to peek through the small tent window. I saw the car door slam shut before it sped off again. I felt a brief moment of relief when the person left. From my vantage point, I could see the road they had driven down. 5 minutes later, I saw another car approaching fast. It was a police car, racing in the same direction.
Oh my gosh, fucking focus for once. Goddamn. I'm not playing that. Fucking first. Oh my god. Yes, sir. Okay, I think I should stop watching this shit, cause like. Oh, but it's really fun. 'Cause it's really scary. I'm. Oh my god, he's a genius.
What happens when Homer accepts himself for being fat? The episode starts with Bart and Lisa singing the new Springfield anthem they composed. Everyone loves their songs, but Homer can't even stand up to cheer them on. He forces himself to his feet, lifting the whole row of seats. The people laugh at Homer, making him upset. That night, Marge advises Homer to join a weight control group. But when he gets there, it's the total opposite. Albert, the heavyweight pack leader, tells Homer that being fat is beautiful.
I've always wanted to blindly follow somebody. You just might be the guy.
Marge doesn't approve of this, but Homer's already gone deep down in that rabbit hole. He joins the group in a rally, resulting in their arrest. Marge bails out Homer, but he chooses to stay with the people who accept all his excess body fat. In one protest, Marge wonders why Homer follows a leader who can't even get up. Albert hears this and proves her wrong. He can stand up, but he immediately dies of a stroke. Homer gives a touching eulogy at Albert's funeral, but is taken aback after learning that he was only 23.
People, for God's sake, join a gym!
Since then, Homer's promised to change his diet. So, what happens when Homer...
They're genius.
Their car had gone.
Shit.
Nothing else happened
Fuck
after
it.
that. Anna and I were still shaken, so we decided to sit in the locked car to feel safer. I stayed awake until around 5 a.m., keeping watch over the forest, while Anna eventually fell asleep beside me. After about an hour, we went back to our tent, and out of sheer exhaustion, finally fell asleep. We woke up around 9 a.m., completely drained. I told my mom everything that happened, and she revealed that she had also heard the footsteps, but when the person was near their tent, she had also heard heavy breathing, like the kind you hear in horror movies during a scary phone call. She had been terrified too. However, my dad had slept through the whole thing, so we had to tell him the story. Without hesitation, we immediately packed our things and the tents, eager to leave as soon as possible. None of us wanted to stay there any longer. Despite the terrifying night, we had a good time at the theme park later that day. However, that evening, I decided to research the forest where we had camped. What stomach drop. Just a short time before our visit, a man had been murdered there, stabbed to death due to gang-related deaths. Even more disturbingly, 2 men had gone missing from that exact beach and had never been found. I couldn't stop thinking about it. What if the person walking around our tents was a dangerous individual, checking to see if there were any witnesses? What if we had been in serious danger without realizing it?
You think?
Even now, I still think about that night.
Yeah.
Who made that horrifying scream? And why was someone using a shovel in the middle of the night in a forest?
You tell me, man.
What exactly were they chasing? I guess I'll never know. This is a story that still haunts me when I think about it, even though I was so young when it happened. 6 is around the age where a lot of my childhood memories start to become more clear. I have one sibling, my older brother Keith. Keith is 2 years older than me, so at the time he was 8. When I was 6, I had a strict bedtime, 8:30. If I didn't abide by it, or our dad caught either of us up past our bedtime, we'd be in serious trouble. Our dad was always strict with us as kids. Honestly, I don't remember if this happened on a school night or not, but I woke up in the middle of the night to Keith shaking me awake. Keith and I shared a big bedroom upstairs in the house. My parents
Dude, I can't fucking focus with this shit. I'm sorry. It's too scary for me. I can't focus with this shit.
This is the highest heart rate in Geometry Dash. A player by the name of Not Vixios was live streaming on his YouTube channel Secret Way on April 1st, 2025. In this stream, he turns on a heart rate monitor before entering the level Polar Jice. And around 15% of the level, he starts to get nervous, and his heart rate slowly starts to increase. And once he gets to the final stretch, this happens.
Let's go! Holy shit, bro. I feel my heart's about to fucking explode. What a trance.
Hello? This is the highest heart rate in Geometry Dash.
Let's go!
Hello?
This is a robbery! Everybody! Why is everybody already laying down? Get on the ground! You get on the ground! I'm robbing this place! I'm already robbing it! I've been planning it for a month!
Maybe you could come back tomorrow.
Yeah, shut up! Get out of here, Affleck! What? The Mask! Affleck from the town? No, man, it's De Niro from Heat. Right! Great movie. Come and get me! Mr. President! This is a rock!
Why don't you start streaming one day, just watch reels.
A common mistake artists make when drawing the hips is attaching the legs too high. Legs start at the femur, which is attached to this socket on the pelvis. Above this is a landmark called the aces. Muscles like the tensor fascia lati and the gluteus medius originate from the aces and attach to the femur. When the legs are not flexed, we'll see these muscles create a small separation between the aces and femur. To fix the mistake, we need to draw the pelvis and femur first, and then we can draw the leg, making sure that the legs are not directly attached to the aces. A common mistake artists make when drawing the hips is attaching the legs too high.
The Group Chat Podcast. This is all what the streams are going to be from now on. The Group Chat Podcast. I haven't watched these guys in a while. It's already the 2nd of April. What the freak?
Ladies
so funny.
and gentlemen, I'm sure that we're gonna have the audio play in the background of that intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Group Chat Podcast, episode 230.
Now I can
Episode
focus.
230, guys. What? We've been doing this for 5 years. You actually know what episode it is? It's like 120. This is a special one.
21?
120?
420. No. 69.
Is it 2 years officially?
115?
No, it's just the number. Yeah, 115.
Isn't that
Yeah, come on, baby.
I don't zombie. I don't
You're
zombie.
sweaty, boy.
You're sweaty. What? I'm dry.
That's,
look at
that's
it.
awesome, dude. It's great.
I'm dry.
No, I'm dry. I'm like the same.
You have to make it inclusive for people who don't play zombies, though.
Alright, so let's
to
go
draw
down the timeline. So,
Dude,
What's up?
Wasn't there like zombies lore where like when you were planting and search and destroy, people thought you would go 11511?
Yeah, people thought you were like finding like a little secret code for zombies, like the lore.
In multiplayer.
How to get the
I
right
can't
gun.
fucking focus. Who would have thought? This dude watching horror stories while playing a new artist? Just can't handle it. Come the fuck on, bro. What was that? What was I doing down there? I don't know if it's better to watch videos or not. 'Cause I'm too focused now. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like better for me. There's too many people here, I think. I think Moist Critical's like actually perfect. I don't know how to explain it, but like, I can't be too focused or else I'll just die at every single click. So like thinking about a sword, like, okay, I need to like, exactly like this. I just forgot about the clicks beforehand. I just died to the click. Either way. And if I'm not focused enough, I'm just not focused enough. Critical. It's like the perfect one.
I'm sure by now many of you have at least heard of the EDP 445 situation. That sounds like some kind of fucking Call of Duty zombies Easter egg, but for those that don't know, EDP 445 stands for Eat That Pussy. He was a big YouTuber. He had a huge online presence, and this week he was accused, and with a lot of evidence backing it, of being a pedophile, and with video evidence, him showing up to a meeting place where he believed he was meeting with a 13-year-old that was actually set up in very similar style to like a Chris Hansen investigation by a YouTuber, Predator Poachers. That name actually is shared by other people who hunt predators, but today this was done by one person or one group in particular, and that person, the big face behind it, is not a good person at all. And that's why I wanted to do this little intro here, because I want to make it clear that there's no heroes in the story. You can't root for the person behind the investigation of EDP. They did a good thing, but they're a shit person.
I fucking pressed it down.
The main guy behind Predator Poacher has had a lot come out about him recently, showing the investigation.
Okay. What the fuck? Boy.
Of EDP, they did a good thing, but they're a shit person. The main guy behind Predator Poacher has had a lot come out about him recently, showing his prank calls to a BLM hotline where he just says the N-word. He said the N-word, hard R, multiple times. Believes he's like an edgy troll, but his trolling is just saying the N-word. Epic
Come on.
So everybody go subscribe right now. Go subscribe, and if you want to see the full chat message.
I'm sorry to interrupt again. Another thing, the reason this video took so long for them to put out is because he wanted to wait for it to get full monetization. So that's why he kept hyping it up, and the reason why he kept pushing it back, because it wouldn't get full ads on it. So this guy's kind of a real piece of shit, if I'm being honest. Like, he does a good thing in the worst possible way. Who starts a conversation like that? What?
I don't believe that one. That one's, I just don't believe that one.
Shit. Man, they say starts a conversation like that. What? Dropped a mean ass shit.
Riz.
Man, they say fucking chivalry is dead. This guy is suave. Now that is how you flirt. That's a good line for Tinder, I'd say. If you guys need any, take notes from EDT. Drop a mean
Bro.
ass shit. And then send an audio message. Do I have to go to the other ones in order to... He sent a picture of his shit? No, fucking... Alright, hold on. We're gonna have to keep going back and forth. This is gonna be like an MLA formatted fucking research paper here with citations. For these text messages, if I want to see them uncensored, do I have to go to this stream? So do I have to like cross-reference the uncensored versions with the stream here? I can't show a picture of literal shit on Twitch, but I need to confirm whether or not he sent a shit pic. That's very bold. Just ordered some pizza, about to fuck this shit up. Pizza sounds good. Hell yeah. I'm about to annihilate that shit.
I thought I was dead. Yeah, that's why I didn't click it. That's my excuse.
He sent a picture of his shit. Dropped a mean ass shit, and it's a full loaf. This man, he's sending shit pics. And that is not a healthy shit. That's very runny. There's no solid foundation of the stool. That is alarming, considering he just annihilated a pepperoni chicken pizza. He also sent his dick. Yeah, but that's not nearly as cool as a shit pic.
True.
EDP was breaking new grounds. They were only just starting to talk. It had been 2 days, I think. And then he hits her with drop a mean ass shit and then sends a picture of his toilet bowl with poopy in it. Yeah, I'd show the other video, but I'm worried of how many pictures of shit he might have sent. Like, what the fuck is this? Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Good, just having lunch. What did you eat? Tacos. That's cool. What are you doing? Just got done feeding my shit. Now watching YouTube. Oh yeah, just had some tacos. Also just beat the fuck out of my cock. What are you doing? He sent a picture of his actual unedited shit. He didn't even put like a cute little emoji over it, so I'm a little concerned to show it. Like right here. How is this possible? I just went to a random point in here. How is the bathroom trip going? Going great. I'm fucking this bitch up. Are you sure he only sends one shit pic?
I was just a lax playground.
Like, it seems like that's all they talked about.
Screw the videos. I'm just gonna try to like actually do something because like I'm not doing anything. All right. Honestly, don't know what I was expecting. Yes, let me watch a video in the middle of geometry dash I hate run. That's a good idea. That's how that will surely get me to focus. Freaking that was like looking at nothing. I'm still kind of scared from those horror stories. They fucking the light is confusing me. I think I'm seeing it. It looks like something's moving behind me, but nothing is behind me, dude. Well, fucking. There's just void behind me. Also, I've made for a really good stream, I think. Just watching shit, dying a million times till I hit red. That's a good stream. No, that's a good streamer. Fucking, I don't really care, but if I want to grab the shit out, I need to pause the video for a second. It was a good strategy yesterday, but it's not working for today. It's just distracting me. Yes, sir. The fucking fanboy for Greening Club. Would you pick up this call? Yes or no? Oh, stop tying there. Let me practice it a little bit. Get my head in the game. Let me practice the entire game, because I'm forgetting everything. Where's Acheron? I did it again, what the fuck? What is that? What is that? Should I follow the wave? So just like guessing? Is that like a strat? Bro. I did it again. What? I'm just really pressing it down. Bro. What the fuck am I doing? Can I stop? Dude, this level's actually frustrating. It'll be a good level. It's a good level. Fucking the bugs are unbearable. Just beyond unbearable, dude. Like, actually. It's so frustrating that it's a bug. No D blocks where it should be. Fucking slopes that bounce you up. RNG jumps, like, come on. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, bro. Yeah, I just forgot how to do that. Just screw, fuck the fucking, just absolutely, just screw the collect pattern you've been working on for 6 months. Screw, fucking, who needs that? Lag spike. It'd be so funny if I got a lag spike 0 from 0. It'd be, like, that would just make my day, bro. Bro. I just did that, come on. I'm gonna stop at like 30. I don't know why, I just feel like blocked today. I just feel like, I I don't know, man, not good. Like my headspace for this shit. Maybe it was the videos that ruined everything. Who would have thought watching shit while you're trying to play GD is not like the best strategy ever. So I'm trying to stream and fucking just laughing at some, just Theo catching a laugh would comment on the video is not good. Like I don't care, like I don't care that much. It's not like I don't care to a certain extent, you know. And I care enough to not fucking just do that for the rest of the streams. So it's not good. Give me for one stream because I'm tired. I was tired of fucking just dead. I could not have spoken that stream. It would have been like, if I wasn't watching the video, I would just be like, that would be the commentary. Yeah. Be like, what? And then nothing for another 30 minutes. So I guess the video was good for that, but I'm not tired. Well, I am tired. I'm almost tired. I'm like eternally tired. Eternally tired, but I was especially tired that other day. So now it's like, I gotta feel like shit. I don't know why. Just like nothing bad even happened. Like it was a pretty good. It was actually a really good day. Fucking I just don't feel good. I just feel like a stupid asshole. It's the thing that's frustrating about streaming, bro. Like a new artist. That's all I'm gonna do. And I can't fucking speak and do well at the same time. I have to choose one. And if I speak, we're never gonna get this shit done. I'm never gonna get this shit done. If I don't speak, it's just gonna be the worst stream ever. Like, see? That's why I need the guys in the voice chat, but the fucking... They're not saying anything, so... Equivalent to just me right now. Just literally would be the same exact thing. But from like the occasional word and a half. Like, come on, what the fuck am I doing, dude? That's fine. Come on. Don't gotta be too hard on myself, it happens. It's okay, maybe I'll get it even. I'll get like one crazy attempt. Can't be too hard on myself. It's like it's literally just RNG. Depends on the day. Depends on how you woke up. Depends on like literally anything but how you play. It's all just RNG, bro. Sorry. I can't be mad at myself. It's like basically not even my fault. I just feel like a bit of a fucking clown. Like I'm doing all this, like work, speaking, like my throat hurt. Like when I wasn't that used to streaming and speaking for a while. Like my throat would hurt after each stream, and for fucking no reason, because no one was even listening. Like every stream, I was literally just talking to myself, laughing, making jokes to no one, literally zero people. Like it gets to a point, bro. Come the fuck on, what is that? You're gonna start dying like that now? Huh? Wanna do that? I wanna do this, bro. Come on. 10 more minutes. It's like, there's always potential, but come on. Like, I'm not feeling it. Like, I'd rather just be watching videos. Or eating poop in my kitchen. Talking with friends. Doing this shit. Fucking I can't with these bugs, dude. Swear to God. Yeah. Set the camera. Nice. Yeah, whatever. I don't fucking care. Literally, doesn't matter. I would have done absolutely nothing. Either way, if I kept streaming. Why? What? My game. I don't know. Man. I don't know why I feel like this. Fucking gotta be dumb. You gotta be stupid, dude. Like actually. Oh, we have to do the hardest thing we've ever done ever. Let me put fucking videos. Let me put horror stories on that. That will get me going. That's a good idea. Now that will get me to focus. But then it worked yesterday, so that's what I thought. Oh fucking! I got out too late, I think too. Oh, bye. No kiss today. I'm feeling uninspired and not too great. No kiss.